in the ongoing investigation of disgraced music mogul Sean Diddy Combs, the rapper who was friends with a lot of politicians, and there are pictures of him with everybody. Today, 6 more people came forward and leveled charges against Diddy, including multiple rapes, sexual assaults, and even the sexual assault of a minor. That accuser alleges Combs had him drop his pants when he was 16 years old, telling the then child that this was, quote, the route to becoming a star. The assault allegedly took place at Diddy's 1998 White Party, a massive celebration in the Hamptons that celebrities like Leonardo DiCaprio attended. NewsNation, of course, has reached out to a representative of Combs for comment. Erica Wolf, Combs' lawyer, said in a previous statement that the rap mogul cannot address every meritless allegation in what has become a reckless media circus. Tom Dupree, former Deputy Assistant Attorney General under George W. Bush, is with us now. Tom, there are so many unanswered questions about Jeffrey Epstein. And now we are getting more and more questions about Sean Diddy Combs. What is the chance in the next 3 weeks that we are going to get anything as it relates to meaningful information about who knew what when and why, when it was so obvious to so many that Diddy was a pretty awful human being, he got a pass of filming women and doing terrible things to women, allegedly, all the way until September, October of 2024?
Those are all great questions. And look, today's news, the civil lawsuits, a new wave of legal actions filed against Diddy. I didn't think this story could get worse or just more disturbing, but it has. To your questions about when we're going to learn more about who was at these parties, who might have known about what was going on, that information is coming. We will see that at some point. Are we going to see it in the next 3 weeks? Maybe not. As we know and we've seen from other cases, the criminal process moves slowly, and it can take, months for prosecutors to put together their evidence and then air it in public in court. I'm sure they have a lot of it. Whether we're going to see a lot of it in the weeks before the election, though, I think remains to be seen.
Right. And then there is ... the question of the tapes. There apparently are tapes. How are we to believe that there are all of these people coming out in civil claims? There's the old rule, right? You never get caught on your first time cheating on your wife or drunk driving or doing what Diddy is alleged to have done if he did it, or the video of him beating up his girlfriend. How are we to understand that the federal government that spent months or years investigating him have only charged him on this very one specific thing?
Right. It is a bit of a mystery because, as you point out, and as the indictment says, this was a scheme that involved a lot of different people. A lot of people were directly involved. I'm sure even more people had indirect knowledge or should have suspected something going on. And look, prosecutors are free to bring new indictments. They're free to expand existing indictments. A lot of times you'll see prosecutors charge one individual, and then as the case takes shape, they add more defendants to the list. And there could also be a lot of people who, even if they're not formally charged as a criminal defendant, are still put in a very unflattering light when evidence comes out that they were there at the scene and they should have known darn well what was going on. Well, or based on the videos of what was going on, you shouldn't have been there, right? There's always the question between right.
what's legal or whether eyes wide shut and whether or not you should have moved on. Tom, as always, thank you very much, Counselor. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you.
See what comes out over the next couple of weeks. The bombshells will continue. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.